Morning warriors, welcome to Why Shy Why. Today I want to talk about something that is sometimes overlooked and can be kind of disruptive to a whole organization or a team or a department, and that is roles and responsibilities. Okay, I know it sounds boring, but I'm going to try to put some lightness and shed a bit of light onto it, and hopefully you'll stick around. Okay, so let's get into it. When I think about roles and responsibilities, I think about a manual about yay thick that I have to go through on the first day that I'm at a new job or working with a new organization to understand what my job is and what my job is not. Okay, um, that's a really bad way to deliver the knowledge that is required by a new employee as to what their job is and what their job is not. And the reason I say that is because um, if you take a step back and start thinking about knowledge theory, there's this guy called Nanaka um, who in the 80s and 90s talked about how knowledge is transferred, right? And one of the worst ways, he argues, to transfer knowledge is through a paper-based medium or some sort of written medium, right? So whether that's online or it's a manual or whatever. The elevated way, the next step up, is to talk face to face about that particular thing. And then the highest level of knowledge management is actually when you have a shared understanding type scenario. But we won't get to that today. Really, I want to talk about why roles and responsibilities should be delivered in a face-to-face between all team members every time there's a new team member that comes in. Let me give you a scenario. We have a team. There was a team of 6, and we were adding 2 more people to our team. It was a tech team, so we were in a Scrum environment. So there were a couple of developers. There was one BA. There was a tester, and we were adding a couple more developers. Okay, and so what we did was we handed off this document and said, "Here's our roles and responsibilities. You're a developer role, so please read up on this, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good luck." That failed. I was the leader of that particular group, and I kind of let's call it a learning opportunity, shall we? I really bombed that one up, and so what we needed to do, and what I've done with every team after that, is every time there's been a inclusion to a team, whether that be one developer or 2 developers or a consultant or even someone who's sort of seconded to us in a part-time basis. We all sit down and review each other's roles and responsibilities. A CEO of a company once said to me, "Shai, the most important part of a manager is to tell their direct reports where their boundaries finish and where the manager's boundaries start." And I thought to myself, well, first up, I thought, no, that can't be the most important thing. But the more I think about it, I think that is one of the most important things. Because when you come into a new organization, you want to know what you should do and what you should not do. And unfortunately, we don't get told what we should not do because there are not enough people out there that are able to deliver that sort of message without sounding condescending or a little bit aggressive or at least a little bit, irritated. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's a lot better than just shoving a ream of paper down someone's throat and saying, "Here, read, good luck." Okay? So guys, next time there's a change to your team composition, do me a favor. Go out for lunch and talk about what everyone does and let the new person get a feel for what they will be doing. Make it really clear that the boundaries for them are here and here, okay? And that other people do stuff outside of that. That doesn't mean that they cannot do it. It's just that if they want to do it, they need to come to the team and ask for expertise. Right? And build that skill area up until such time that we allow that to happen for that person by themselves. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Roles and responsibilities sounds really boring, but when you think about how important it is that you don't have other people doing your work or you doing other people's work without even knowing and ending up in some sort of conflict, it's actually quite important to sit down and spend an hour or 2 defining what people do every time there's a change. All right, guys, there's my take on R&R, the other R&R. please, tonight, go home, get some real R&R, and I hope tomorrow you might have a think about roles and responsibilities, and maybe share this content if you think there's somebody out there might be able to benefit from it. Cheers, guys. I will see you next week.